Roman Reigns sees Jimmy, sees Jay,
Uh,
and
Roman Roman Reigns gets laid out again.
yeah, again. And sometimes you gotta do things you don't want to do, like white better. Anyway, enough the pitter patter. Let's get at her. On today's show, KO is nowhere to be found, might not come back, and Randy Orton wants him anyway. Machine gun, more to see machine guns. They debuted. Good showing. Great work. They're facing DIY next week now.
Because
That,
Tommaso Ciampa is smarter than Montez Ford.
that's true. I believe that.
He pinned the legal man.
I believe that. Uh, Nia Jax was forced to face a Candice LeRae sighting.
Yo, she went over Bailey clean though.
Yeah, she did. And Nia Jax, sorry,
Candice
and,
LeRae back.
and yeah, and Cody Rhodes just talks about
Nah, I'm
stuff.
not even gonna talk about the Cody stuff because that's side quest shit.
But we're gonna start today with Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, seeing each other. Jimmy, the breast of the bloodline. I'm Andrew. That's Douglas. This is DA Wrestling. How's things going, buddy?
This open's been a train wreck, but let's do it.
Hell yeah. Lots of fun.
All right,
Maybe
all
chaos
right.
will help things.
Let's just pick it up.
All right.
Just the show starts off. Solo comes to the ring and just doing his same boring solo shtick, saying that they were pretty much unstoppable, and Jay Uso's music hit.
Yeah. And boy, he got a reaction. And
Yeah,
it was a peaceful conversation. It wasn't anything bad.
for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, like you could tell, like Solo's definitely loves. You definitely tell that Solo likes Jay a lot more than Jimmy.
Well,
Boy,
he said Jay walked away before he had to learn the hard way.
yeah, that and he went on won a title. He has no real love for Roman, but he doesn't want to see the family torn apart to hell.
But
But he did make
this
an
was the
interesting
next major.
statement.
This was the next major seed planted.
Yep. Now, obviously, Solo wants Jay to acknowledge him. Jay kind of just ignored that, but he pointed out a few things. He goes, "Why did you have to go get the Tongans and Jacob? Like, there's a reason." He basically says, "There's a reason why we didn't bring him in. And if he keeps staring at me, I'm gonna knock the crap out of him." It didn't go over well. I, you know, Jacob Fatu versus Jey Uso. I want to see that too.
Jacob should kill him.
Probably. Like you can tell, Jacob Fatu is like the nut bar of the family.
Yeah, yeah, he's out there.
Yeah, he's the animal of the
But
family.
but anyways, after this, we see Jimmy and Roman arriving, and Jay walks up to them with a little bit of a smile on his face to see Jimmy,
Yeah,
but he tries to walk away from Roman. Roman pulls him back and tells Jay he's proud of him, to which Jay said, "No yeet." So once Jay finally says yeet in a couple of weeks, they're gonna build this up like it's the greatest thing of all time.
you know what's going to take for that to happen? Roman to suck up his pride and say, I apologize.
I thought that was what was coming tonight. I thought he would have just been like, instead of "I'm proud of you," I thought it was going to be like, "Jay, I'm sorry."
Yeah, I think that's going to come. I think it's a few more beatings by Solo and the rest of the bloodline. Then it'll come. I think you're going to see a Ginger come with them too, because they have to apologize to that guy too.
Hmm.
So we've already seen last week. We on Monday we saw Jimmy show up on Raw. Tonight we saw Jay show up on SmackDown. We just see what happens the next. I
Roman's
wonder what
coming to get Sammy.
was that?
Roman is going to come and get Sammy.
Yeah, I think it's going to take Roman to come to Raw for that to actually work.
But do you have Roman like unadvertised on Raw?
You know what? It's probably the best way to do it because I never nobody did anybody see Jay Uso advertised for tonight?
No, I mean, I haven't paid much attention. I was at work today.
Yeah, I didn't see much. I didn't see anything that says Jay Uso live on SmackDown. So you know what?
Yeah,
Do it like that. Like don't do anybody coming in. Don't say Roman's going to be there. Just have Jay Uso out there with Sammy or whatever, and Roman shows the hell up.
yeah,
I think that's probably the best way to do it. They'll get the best reaction. Number one, number two, nobody's expecting it because it'll make everybody do the old fashioned, turn your channel quick, lay off the ball game. Do it.
yeah. See, that's the thing too. Is like, um, they're competing with playoff baseball and stuff like that. And let's be honest, Fridays fucking suck, right? Because nobody's home on Fridays. So if you want people to actually like watch the show,
Yeah, you kind of need to.
yeah, so then
But they're still doing
yeah,
good.
we're gonna get a lot of their best stuff.
Yeah, like right now on Raw, specifically Raw in general, like Raw is going right now
Monday Night Football.
against Monday Night Football, right? As they've been going on for 20, 30 odd years against Monday Night Football. That'll
Yeah.
never change. Even when it goes to Netflix, Raw will still be competing with Monday Night Football until they,
Except it'll be different. It'll be different now.
yeah,
Those metrics, you'll never know. You'll
yeah.
never get the true metrics of when WWE goes to Netflix, and quite frankly, I don't care.
That metrics to me
I
doesn't
I
really
I
bother.
see
Like,
so I see so much shit about ratings and
well, ratings are kind
whatever.
of what causes, it causes contracts. It allows for bigger TV contracts, so for that,
Right,
right?
but but realistically, ratings don't really reflect the product. Look at
No,
AEW, right?
what was that?
They don't have the. I said, look at AEW. They don't have the best ratings,
They have
but
the best ratings for their time slot on the Wednesdays, but it's also Wednesday.
more people are in, is what I mean.
Yeah,
But no, listen, it's like I see shit about ratings all week, and it's like, how about we just stop like trying to prove some very meaningless point, and everyone just enjoy the fucking shows.
yeah, but the demo, well, as for TV goes, that's what kind of shows you whether you're doing well or not. That's kind of the point of it, right?
Right, but
Ratings,
why should we as a fan care? Unless like,
because well,
do you still have stock?
no, I sold my TKO. I don't know
Okay,
what to
so
do
guess
anymore.
what? Unless you're a shareholder, I would not give a fuck.
Yeah, I changed my stocks to uranium and more energy efficient stuff because that's where the money's going made right now. So
Very good. This has been your market moment.
yeah, this has been your stock market trading point for The year of our Lord 2024, October 10th, October 18th.
The
Uh
big, the big 2024.
yeah.
Okay.
At the end of this, Reigns decides not to acknowledge Solo as his tribal chief. He acknowledges Solo, but not as the tribal chief. Which brings out beating up Jimmy, brought in by Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, with Jacob Fatu still praying behind him like a psychopath. You know?
Yep.
And then they beat up Roman again, like last week.
Yeah. Again, Roman had the Ulafala. He put it on, and then this time he got punched in the dick.
Yep. And then Samoa spiked again
And again.
and again. Like, let's just stare at the werewolf just goes nuts. I love that Samoan werewolf. I love that Samoan werewolf.
So, anyways, it's obviously we're just kind of being patient at this point because we
Yeah.
know that the next progression of this story is going to be Jay and Sammy coming to make the save.
At some point, yeah.
Like, it's going to happen in the next month to set up the War Games.
Yeah, because the War Games is what, November 30th?
Yeah,
Okay, so
we're still 6 weeks away.
yeah, you're fine. I would
Remember, we're in the middle of the side quest era.
Yeah, like I would be like this will probably pick up more after Crown Jewel,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna go full tilt into Survivor Series. Then we'll probably have a nice little lull, do whatever they want to do between then and the Rumble. I think there's something to pull up, probably something between before that.
there's a Saturday night's main event
Yeah,
in
that's right.
December.
Yeah. So
But and actually,
body. Jesse the Body Ventura apparently will be there.
it's the first time the Rumble will be in February.
Is it February 1st?
It's like February 2nd or something like that.
Huh. Nah.
But
I'm sure there'll be
anyways,
stuff. I'm sure there'll be stuff in
what
between.
else? What else was on this show?
All right. So Randy Orton goes to Nick Aldis. It says he wants KO, but Nick Aldis cannot give Randy Orton KO because the powers that be up above have basically told KO not to go. Now we know this because KO posted a little video on SmackDown tonight saying how he's been not allowed to come to SmackDown because he took out the Golden Boy. And you know what? This is all part of the storyline here. This is eventually going to crack at some point, probably for Survivor Series. Because obviously Cody is doing the Gunther match, right? So Orton versus KO probably happens sometime in the next couple weeks, which I think KO will be.
No, I think Orton and KO is going to be Survivor Series. I don't think they're going to bring KO back in time to do. Yeah, it'll be KO and Cody at
Well,
Survivor Series.
there is talk though too about obviously not to bring up
Cody's
controversy.
done. Cody's done with the Bloodline.
What was that? Yeah, that's fine. But there's talk with KO about his contract. Now, all signs point that KO is going to re-sign with WWE. That's probably a given. But there isn't they're in the process right now of dealing with his contract. So it's a possibility right now we might not see KO till that contract is signed.
Do you know like that's for a fact?
It's supposed to end sometime in the next like few weeks, apparently, from what I was understanding.
Huh.
So
Okay.
there chances are KO will re-sign with WWE. I don't see him going to AEW at all at this point. So obviously, will somebody's kind of it'll be fine. KO will be fine. You know.
Motor City Machine
They
Guns.
debuted. Boy,
It
Chris
was
Sabin looks different than the last time I saw him.
yeah. He dropped the beard.
Dropped the blonde hair too. Last I saw him.
Yep.
Shelly looks the same though. Uh,
Alex Shelley will never change.
no. So much like Raw, there's a tag team title tournament. Okay.
Sort of. It's like an eliminator. It was two
Yeah.
triple threat matches. Nick Aldis loves to do this.
Yep. It's fine. We got the Motor Machine Guns.
Adam Pierce likes to do tournaments, and Nick Aldis likes to do these little eliminators.
That's fine. They kind of brought reference to with the Motion Machine Guns. They are three-time TNA tag team champions, won titles all over the world. They did also mention the fact that Nick Aldis knows them very, very well from his time in TNA. So they're bringing more and more reference to that, which is great. It's really great. I mean, I know they have the
Yeah,
work relationship in NXT, but still.
yeah, but like that's the thing. Like Michael Cole's been dropping this shit like throughout the entire Hunter era. Like they'll talk about Japan, they'll talk about TNA, they'll
Which
talk
which is
about
which is good though, because you know what, like it's great that we acknowledge these other companies now that it's not just a single entity like
but
WWE.
you have to understand because then does that mean that because think about it like this. Wrestling is just like this is a TV show.
Yeah, of course it is.
So are we to presume that um everything is one giant TV show? Like the entire business is one giant TV show?
No.
Or are they each individually different TV shows and therefore some things that happen in other TV shows aren't canon with the main one?
Well, yeah, fair enough. You know,
You can't
but
argue that.
no, I can't, right? But like at the same time, too, is like don't forget, for years WWE did not mention a thing about it. They barely ever
Exactly,
mentioned.
because
They
other
barely
companies
like.
weren't canon.
It doesn't matter. It's everything. There's no such thing in wrestling. There's no such thing as canon. Even in WWE, there's no such thing as canon at this point anymore, right? There's no such thing anymore. And this new era, new regime, they're acknowledging everybody except for AEW.
Yeah, and guess what? They wouldn't mention TNA for years either.
No, like even when AJ Styles debuted, yeah, they said NJPW World Champion, but they never said like if you didn't know what that was, you had no idea what the hell NJPW was. You had no idea,
Well, well, and that's
right?
but
But
again, that's them trying to educate a casual viewer.
yeah,
That's not really meant for guys like us.
but it is nice. I think I think it's very nice that they are doing it more though. So I think it's in my opinion, I think it's a good thing they're doing it more. It's great acknowledgement because there are other companies out there.
I'm glad you're finally noticing it because it's been going on for a couple of years now.
Not really, not really. Not it's been going on, but not as dominant, as prominent as it is now.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
better
all
off,
right.
right? Don't forget. For years there was a whack job involved. Okay,
Yeah, I know. We have a whole three-part series on that whack
yeah.
job.
Make sure you
Go
go
listen
check
to
that
it.
out. Make sure you go check that out. Our three-part series there, man. It's been doing quite pretty good, decent views on YouTube. Could always use some more there. Speaking of which, make sure you like, share, subscribe down below there. Somewhere in this vicinity, maybe up here, maybe over here, maybe over there. It's somewhere around. Follow on Spotify. Follow on Podbean. God knows we can't get iTunes still. Anyway, back to the show. Public service announcement. Uh, so anyway, so Morrissey Machine Guns, they face DIY next week for number one contender slot. My question to you, Douglas,
Andrew.
you think they put Morrissey Machine Guns number one contenders right away for those tag team titles, or do you think DIY gives them the first loss?
No, they're gonna beat the bloodline.
Oh, really?
The Motor City Machine Guns are literally the perfect vessel to get the tag team titles away from the bloodline story.
Fair enough. You think Jay or Jimmy or Roman causes that problem?
No,
Or, no, you think it's just beat him clean?
I would.
Yeah.
I would. They've been the best. They've been one of the best tag teams in the world for 15 years. Like they don't need to really prove themselves. like if you've watched wrestling on a semi-serious level,
Yep,
anytime over the last 15 years, you know who the Motor City Machine Guns are.
fair enough.
So,
Uh,
so it's like good.
yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna take your word for it. Uh, we saw Candice LeRae sighting tonight on Smackdown. It's great to see her doing something
She
there.
beat Bailey. That's all there is to it.
She pinned Bailey in a tag team match with Nia Jax. Which Nia Jax was very reluctant to have because Tiffany Stratton was there. She apparently has the flu or whatever,
Yep.
right? It's good for Candice LeRae that she pinned Bailey. It shows that they maybe have some kind of change in faith in her, or it's just a matter of the story. Um,
She's the first women's speed champion, by the way.
yes, she is the women's speed champion. Indy Hartwell did help out in that match, though. She did actually get her fear in that match to actually cause Candice LeRae to actually get the pin. But either way, Candice LeRae got the pin. Good for her. It really does nothing for the Nia storyline too. It just kind of furthers some things too, I guess.
It's a so that's the thing. Like when it comes to wins and losses on WWE, don't put too much stock into it, especially on a weekly TV show. The pay-per-views are more the ones. What?
So I'm gonna break away from wrestling there for a second, then, folks. If you're watching the MLB playoffs right now, the New York Yankees are up 6-2 in the seventh inning against Cleveland Guardians, and that is now tied 6-6 in the eighth.
These these Guardians aren't going away.
No, they're not.
It's gonna be 2-2. I told my buddy this. I told him this today at work. I was like, I was like, this is just gonna be a slugfest. I yeah, can very much see Cleveland after last night's performance. I could see them winning both games 4 and 5 at home.
You know what?
I said this afternoon.
To be honest with you, it's about time too that the Guardians' bigger guns like Josh Naylor, Jose Ramirez actually start coming through rather than just Prime. So
Dude, Big Christmas hit like the biggest home run in Guardians history
it's true.
last night.
But guys like Bo Naylor were doing much, neither was Ramirez.
And Jose Ramirez is going to be the AL MVP runner-up.
It's
Dude was literally a home run shy of 40-40.
It'll be the playoffs though.
Yeah, no, he had a good series against Detroit.
Not in this series. He's 1 for 25 in this series alone. No, sorry,
Yeah, well,
yes, he's a 125 average right now. Meh,
average doesn't mean anything these days. It's all about on base.
fair enough. Anyway, back to wrestling. Uh, Cody Rhodes had a segment today where he brought out the lovely title. That's gonna be, I think. Look,
The I don't care side quest title,
yeah. To be honest with you though, the shine of Cody,
the
the
blood
shine of
money title.
yeah, whatever. You know, you don't need to call it that. You know, if you launch it for what it is and don't get politics or religion involved, you're perfectly fine.
I know.
Um, but that being said, the Cody stuff is like he's cooled down an awful lot. Obviously, since Roman's come back and the babyface reaction is, I mean, not saying you didn't call it because you kind of did, but is it possible? Now I know he said in AEW he would never go heel. Is it possible he would go heel here and just be one of those?
100%.
I think Cody heel with the championship
If you
belt.
don't think this is what this is all turning to,
I hope
okay,
so.
look, we've seen this playbook.
Yeah,
This is the Roman Reigns playbook.
yeah.
Okay,
Cody turning heel would probably do wonders for him.
Cody will be like super squeaky clean babyface, and guess what? The fans are gonna start to hate it, because they do that with everybody. Nobody can be content with like, okay, this is like the undisputed guy. Like, no, if people start winning for a year or two or three, they start to get sick of it.
Yeah, I can see if Cody turns heel, I see him holding that title for a very long time.
God, we just had a
I
three
I,
and a half
I
year.
don't think I don't think we're talking Reigns numbers here, but I think he's going to hold it for a long time.
I mean, he can lose it at WrestleMania. I hope he loses it at WrestleMania.
I think he probably will, considering what the rumored matches are, but we'll see. Anyway, folks, not much else really happened on SmackDown tonight. It was kind of one of just those their shows there. We pushed along the Bloodline episode.
Did you see
Bloodline,
Last Legend
oh,
slam
that's right. That's right.
Piper Niven?
Last Legend versus Piper Niven. I forgot about that match. Yeah. They're really pushing though Lash Legend and Miss Jackson from Metaphor. Very much so. In the women,
Yeah,
which is good. Women's division needs a
it's
little,
a new team. It's a new team to mix it up with Bianca and Jade.
and they are pointing out their fingers to them too. They might be the next tag team champions, women's tag team champions. So they
That's a bold one.
we'll see.
That's a bold one.
Yeah. Anyway,
On that note,
that was SmackDown. I'm Andrew. That's Doug. You follow us
what's
on
going on?
Twitter or X, A Purcell. That's my solo one. DA Wrestling or DA Sports Pod. One or the other. You can find it on there. That's D Lions 1991 over there on Twitter. TikTok. DA Sports. All right. Guys, we'll change the handle at some point. Just deal with it. Uh Obviously, Instagram, DA Wrestling, our YouTube channel. Make sure you like, share, subscribe also there down below, guys. That is all of us. Follow us on Podbean, Spotify, all those places there. Check out this video down below here. You'll probably like it. Have yourself a good night, Doug.
You too, buddy.
Have yourself a good night, everybody. Later.